Hi, my name is Garrett Scarlett. I am currently a sophomore in electrical engineering. And my question was, were there any specific, maybe philanthropic events or activities that you took part in college that led you to this, or was it just something you always wanted to do?
No, it was kind of a progression. When I was finishing up in high school, I started by working with a group that and actually went to grade schools, and they had kids in grade schools whose parents weren't very active, in their child's life, and the child was having academic difficulties. And so I started out by just going in and said, "How can I be a mentor?" And they said, "Sure." So my job was to go in once a week and help a second grade girl uh, with her studies. And then after we study a little bit, then I'd go out to recess and play with all the kids, but would focus on being her friend and being there for her. Then when I was working at Goodyear in Topeka, I did another mentoring Big Brother project where I worked with a Hispanic youth who was in middle school, and again from a neighborhood where many of the youth did not go to college. And so what I did with him was I just took him to KU games, showed him the campus, took him on a road trip to Norman, Oklahoma with his parents' permission, and to see a football game, because my goal was make college for him not be intimidating. Help him see, yeah, it's a lot of work. You got to do a lot of studying, spend a lot of time, but take away the mystery behind going to college for him. So it's been something I've been kind of doing, since high school, just and because my parents always helped out as well.
Called in terms of social entrepreneurship?
Right now at Mustang, I do environmental work and help companies focus on air quality and permitting. That's my day job. My night job, which is usually a full-time job, is actually running. I'm the chairman of the board of Urban Business Initiative. So working with the shelters in the Houston area, teaching the women at the shelters how to start a business. Also providing them with positive women role models from the community, from women who have achieved a high level of success, and showing them that they too can achieve this. So it's kind of it's not really one thing. It's my day job and then my night job.
Hi, Phil. I'm Marky McConkey. I'm a junior in mechanical engineering. Do the women seek you out, or do you guys seek out the shelters to find women?
We work directly with the shelter, so the women come to the shelters. And actually, we found that the part of working with the shelters is critical, because in order to go enter the process of starting a business and making changes to their life, they have to have made the first step of going to the shelter. That's critical, because I use that as an example to them. I say, look, you've done this process. You made it. You had a dream. I don't want to be in this situation anymore. You made a plan. I'm going to find a shelter that can help me. And then you acted on that plan. I went to the shelter and sought help. So they have to be at the shelter for the program we offer for helping them look to a future to be truly effective. So we actually go and talk to the shelters and say, we'd like to provide this program to your clients.
A real quick question for me. What is your best success story so far?
Actually, the woman who kind of sparked this program, we've actually changed focus. A few years ago, used to work with businesses just in the inner city, but then a lady came to an open office session that we held and asked me some questions about her business, how she could help her business. I started working with her over a period of about 6 months, meeting with her or over the phone to help her with her business. It turned out that this business she started was providing her the income that she used to make the break from her abusive husband. So I said, wow, that's amazing. That's a powerful story. So we refocused the organization to focus on this population and this situation. And she is actually helping us out today, doing programs and teaching classes and managing and being a sort of example for the women and talking to them in the classes themselves when we start.
That's amazing.
Hi, my name is Brian Larkin. I'm a junior in mechanical engineering. And during this process, have you ever experienced a situation where their first entrepreneurial attempt fails? And how do you help them deal with that and, pick up and try again?
Yes, we had a lady who was from Pakistan, and she wanted to sell medical uniforms and scrubs for nurses. And so she actually went out and ordered from Pakistan a container of scrubs, had them shipped over here to the U.S., and we were working with her to figure out a market, how she could enter the market. Business venture unfortunately did not go well. There's a lot of hospitals in Houston, and so there's a lot of medical uniform places, but in order to really get a contract with a hospital, you have to know the right people. And so that endeavor didn't work very well for her, but we use that as an example of, okay, this is a type of failure that's a good failure because you learn something, you learn what you can do. And so now she's investigating other options she had to liquidate the scrubs and take a loss, but she was able to use that and say, okay, now next time before I go out and buy the scrubs, I need to make sure I know the market, I know the players, I know that I have connections in there that I can sell to, whatever I sell next.
Any last questions? One more? Yeah.
Hey, I'm Brian Blackwell, and I'm a junior in mechanical engineering as well. You said that you had to find a way to get the base for these startups to keep working, not based on just government funding. How do you make sure that you have a strong enough base to get one of these going so it doesn't collapse under itself?
Can you repeat that last part again?
Yeah, how do you get the base for one of these startups for helping people without worrying about it collapsing under itself in case the government funding lapses?
That's a hard question and one we're trying to figure out ourselves. we don't really have funding from the government. Once you get it, it takes a long time to get, and the money comes in, but it comes in slowly and in spurts as well. So what I've found to be the best example or the best way to approach it so far is to not depend on it. You have to make sure, i.e., your business model accounts for that. Just like if you get a business contract with a large company, say an Exxon or a BP, they'll pay you, but they're going to go very, very slowly. And I've worked with companies who've gotten contracts with them, and it's taken 3 to 4 years. And entrepreneurs inevitably underestimate the amount of time it takes to get that cash coming in. So you have to be very aware of it and design around it. So basically, I need to be able to do this without depending on a certain level of funding from the government.
Very good. Do you have any last comments for our students tonight, Phil?
No, I've actually when Lucy asked me, Lucy and I were first talking about doing a presentation, I was interested in the topic, but I didn't know nearly as much as I know now. And so I've had a great time actually developing this presentation for you guys and learning about the process myself. So thank you for being there so I could learn about social entrepreneurship and what the process is and what's going on around the world, because it's been very interesting to me just as an engineer to figure something else out, but also within the work that we're doing.
Well, thank you so much. You're doing great stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, and Phil, I'll talk to you later. We're going to end our call. Is that okay?
That's good. Sounds good, Lucy. Thanks a lot.
Bye.